Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I have a little bit of a rant slash piece of advice video for you. The knife community, by and large, is a great place. There's a lot of joy here, and I've talked about this kind of thing before, but one thing that is really, really important before you spend a huge amount of money, frankly, on anything, but especially in the custom knife world, before you plunk down a huge amount of money on a custom knife from somebody, you want to do your research first. Now, the beautiful thing about the internet is that there is so much information available to you at your very fingertips. Let's say that you're interested, you saw something that you love on Instagram or on YouTube or something like that from a maker, we'll call him Maker McMakerson. You go online. The easiest thing to do is just open up the Google and just okay, Maker McMakerson custom knives. Boom, search. And right there, you'll start getting information. You'll start getting information from a variety of sources. You might see YouTube reviews. You might see random forum postings. You might see things on Instagram, whatever. You will see all kinds of stuff about them. And the thing is, there will always be some positive and there will always be some negative. No matter who the maker is, there will always be people feeling both of those ways. But what you will very quickly come to see is the relative proportion, if you will. There are makers out there who are absolutely good to go. Everybody in the community knows and respects a lot of their work. These are the people where you're just yeah, they're solid. And you will occasionally, even for those people, you will see a troll post. You will see somebody who is just really woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or really, maybe they regretted a purchase on financial reasons and they took it out on the maker. Who knows? You'll see those posts, and so you'll get among a sea of massively good feedback, you'll get one person, I don't know, I got mine and it wasn't very good. And heck, maybe the maker even had an off day, and did they make it right? That's a question. But nevertheless, you will always see some negative. But the thing is, and you will always see some positive, even for makers turning out utter crap. Whether that's real or not, who knows? But nevertheless, you will always see that. But what you will see more clearly is a distribution. There are going to be makers you Google and you don't find a whole lot on, good or bad, in which case, okay, you can make your own decision there. There will be makers who it's mostly positive, a couple of little ugly comments. That's probably a good indication that you're going to be good to go. And then there are makers with a trail of fire. You put their name in a search engine and it's just oh God, no, even Google's throwing up at this point. I mean, you just see thread after thread after thread, or comment after comment after comment of people who've had negative experiences. Heck, over to Blade forums. On their forum, they have a sub-forum called The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. They had that long before I did, don't they, But nevertheless, and in there, they talk all about makers who've given people great experiences, or more frequently, they talk about the makers who've given people terrible experiences. And some of these makers have pages that are, 20, 30, 40 pages long, just of people, and in some cases, there's a bit of a pile-on, certainly. But at another level, you don't get to that level without pissing a bunch of people off. And so, if you go over there and you see a big old thread full of nothing but fire, well, then that's a really good indication that you shouldn't buy a freaking knife from this person. Or if you feel like you maybe are the special one who is going to touch a hot stove and not get burned, then you can take precautions. You can say, look, I see from these forums you've got a history of taking people's money. And again, why are you giving this person money? But even in that case, you can say something. If you are the most forgiving person on earth and you really genuinely want to give this person another chance, you Ma freaking Teresa about it, you can say, well, a lot of people said you run off of people's money, so can I give you a small deposit and then pay you the rest when the knife's ready to ship? Again, bad idea, but this is one approach that you could take. Or you could, very specifically look at some of the issues they've had in the past, and, in the first, 10 minutes out of the box, make sure there's no blade play, if that's a common issue. You could, and that kind of thing. I mean, you can always find this kind of information, and it will make you a better consumer. It will make you a more savvy buyer, and it will reduce the chances of you getting screwed by a bad maker. And of course, you want to think very critically about what you're seeing there. If you're seeing, 4 screen names constantly piling on, posting within 2 minutes of each other, there may be some, whether that's positive or negative, that may not be real. Or if you're just seeing one influencer, one, YouTuber, one whatever, who's consistently saying good things and nobody else is, you got to question whether the fix is in. I mean, I hate to cast aspersions, but there are questions like that anytime. I mean, that is absolutely, corruption is a thing. But anyways, you have to ask questions critically about that. Or maybe it's just like an AstroTurf campaign. A bunch of people, one guy hates a person and just spreads a bunch of... I mean, there are those things Very, very rarely, but generally speaking, it's pretty abundantly obvious. If almost nobody has positive things to say about a maker, then by God, what are you even doing with your life? Go find one of the million makers who has got good opinions out there, where people really like them, where people are really happy with their knives, the people that the people who are doing excellent work. Go hang out with them instead. So anyways, that's my advice. That's my rant here. If you are ever considering purchasing a beautiful custom knife, or frankly an ugly one, who am I judging? Go do your damn research. Seriously, you may get burned. Well, you may get burned even if you do your research. And the other thing, I get people in the comments like, oh, Nick, who are you talking about? Who are these bad makers? The thing is, I'm not going to tell you that, and that's for a very specific reason. That's because, although right now I have a list in my head, the thing is, tomorrow, somebody who was previously a good maker might fall on hard times and start screwing people over. I hope that's not the case, but it's possible. Or maybe somebody who's had a really bad reputation is going to turn things around. So it's important that you do that research at the very moment that you're considering buying. And the other thing is, there are going to be new jerks coming out of the woodwork every week, who I have no idea who they are right now, but sooner or later they're building that trail of fire right now, and in 5 years they're going to have a Blade Forums page for post, 40 pages deep too. So, do the research your damn self. I can't help you here. But that's kind of the point of this, is just do the research. Seriously. You're going to spend money. Make sure you're giving it to somebody who's worth a damn, and don't waste your time with people who you think, well, maybe this one will be special. Maybe things are different. Who knows? Everything could have changed. And they'll always have a pretty story, but just do your damn research and go on and buy something from somebody who's worth a damn. So anyways, there you go. Hope this has been helpful to you. And again, I'm sure this is not news to anybody who's followed the channel for a while. But yeah, it's the very, very best way to avoid getting burned is just doing your damn research, thinking critically about who's talking about it. And yeah, there you go. Hope this has been helpful. Have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.